Three crucial elements that you bring to every interaction with your loved one that will make a huge difference are respect, kindness, and love. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, duh, I already do that, or that makes a ton of sense. First of all, if you already do it, put that in your continue column because that is definitely a rock star move. Second, yeah, it definitely makes sense intuitively, but what I've found with caregiving is that it is so easy to fall into a task-oriented mindset. You're usually not taking care of your loved one as your sole responsibility. Typically, you're also running a household. Those are two full-time jobs. You might even still be working outside the home too. That's three full-time jobs. And that can lead to very easily falling into the trap of being task-oriented. There's the whole endless list of things you need to do to run your household: grocery shopping, taking out the garbage, cleaning, cooking, laundry, the endless piles of laundry. On top of that, you're talking about taking care of another full-grown human being. This is really difficult. And this full-grown human being is often confused, isn't sure what you're talking about, or doesn't want to go along with what you want them to do. Maybe they're content sitting exactly where they are, or watching TV, or sleeping, or whatever it is. They're not necessarily interested in you wanting them to take medication, or get in the shower, or get up for the day, or get dressed, or come to the table for mealtime. They have a different agenda than you have oftentimes. And so you can find very easily that you end up going from daughter or daughter-in-law or granddaughter to this mad woman that you don't even recognize anymore, who feels like she's constantly nagging and chasing someone around trying to get them to do something that they don't want to do. That is really difficult. And as I've said, and will continue to say, the disease process itself is difficult enough. You don't need any added layers of difficulty. So when you're able to take a deep breath and consciously choose to bring in respect, kindness, and love before every interaction, you're going to find that you get very different results. As someone's intellect is receding, as the dementia process is moving along, they become much more emotionally intuitive. Basically, your loved one is becoming an empath. So whatever energy you're bringing, they're feeding off of it. And before you think, wow, I thought we were going to talk about dementia and she's getting all woo-woo on me, hang with me. Think about when maybe at Thanksgiving you ended up stuck sitting next to that person in your family that nobody really likes because they don't have a nice word to say about anybody, or nothing's ever right, they're a constant complainer. It's a big drain on your energy, right? And I'm not saying that you're like that with your loved one, but I am saying emotional energy is contagious. Absolutely contagious. So if you feel kind of icky after you're stuck sitting next to that annoying relative at Thanksgiving, imagine how it is with a person living with dementia. They quickly are able to pick up on other people's energy. To give you a more positive example, think about the time that you spend with your best friend. She's your best friend for a reason, right? You feel happy, you feel like you're accepted, you're loved no matter what, you have fun with her, you laugh, you love to hang out with her, and that's why she's your best friend. It's no different for people living with dementia. They naturally gravitate toward people who make them feel good. Another example is, think about if you're working in an office, for example, and your boss comes up to you and has a whole list of things that need to get done. Now, your boss isn't rude to you or inappropriate. Your boss is very professional, but it's just a task list of, here you go, here are things that need to happen. That's a very different experience than if your boss comes up to you, says hello, asks how you're doing, how it's going, if you have everything you need, and then asks you to do a task or two or whatever, or hands off the list. It's different when you're acknowledged as a human being first before someone tries to get you to agree to do something. So we can see for ourselves, we're going to have a much better result when we approach people with respect, kindness, and love. And other people approaching us are going to have a better result when they approach us with respect, kindness, and love. So it just makes sense that you're going to have a much easier time of it when you do the same with your loved one. Now, because we're humans, dealing with other humans, perfection isn't possible, unfortunately. But the goal is to move the dial closer to 100% of the time in those interactions with your loved one. So again, think about just taking a deep breath and remembering to bring respect, kindness, and love into each of your interactions. I think you're going to see a happy difference.